It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Heat in Miami. For Miami, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games.
And tonight, two teams that love to get in transition. Shaq, talk about successfully running the break.
Well, I'm not a guard, but I have led the break before. And what you need to do, you got to keep your eyes ahead, have to see the whole floor. You got to be willing to make that extra pass, Ernie.
Wow. You talk like a guard. You were like a point guard up there.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, man. But don't force things. That's the other part. You know, just make the easy play. And if it's not there, slow it down. Set up your half-court offense, and then get it into the big guy if you have one.
But don't you want to get the crowd on its feet? Don't you want to make that play that gets the whole arena up?
Yes. You know what they used to call me, Ernie?
What's that?
Shaq Johnson.
Wow. Because he was like Magic, but he was Shaq.
I get it, Kenny.
Oh, I
get it.
Sometimes you don't.
Not that dense. Shaq Johnson.
It's an Eastern Conference battle at the American Airlines Arena here in Miami, Florida, as the Heat look to work the home court advantage. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action, and that's certainly what we have in store for us today. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. And, of course, Jimmy Butler. We saw him deliver a very nice performance in his first game for the team, from coaches to fans, and I'm sure his teammates. A very welcome moment for him.
And as you were mentioning, I mean, that trade has this team buzzing. You can see it in the warm-up line, how loose and confident they look now with him on that roster.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the Bucks' first All-Star since Michael Redd back in 2004. Now, the lefty Redd said, "I've never seen anybody like him. It's almost like he's from another planet. It won't be hard for him to attract talent here. I just want a ring when they get a ring." Kevin?
And the Bucks just one title back in 1971. DA, thank you. Evident in this one, Brent, the youth movement in full effect. What advice would you have for inexperienced players who have to take on bigger roles?
The thing I always talk to younger players about, Kevin, is always accentuate the positives. Do what you do best and show that off as consistently as possible, and then take the summers to improve your weaknesses. Players always improve the most during their off season, but when coaches are asking you to accentuate your positives, stay right in that role and be the best you can with that. Work on the weaknesses in the offseason.
Helps, too, if you have a coach who's in that mindset of developing and showing some patience.
Well, not only a coach, Kevin, I'll go as far as to say that sometimes when you have a young player get drafted, for him to have a mentor automatically on that first team that he's with, starting his first 3 or 4 years in the league, is vitally important. And you'll see, if you go through track records, some of the most successful teams have had veterans in position where the young star is trying to find his footing.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Matthews out there at Bledsoe. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And the Bucks with possession. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, you try to put up these scoring runs, and it hurts when you all of a sudden just give away free points from the free throw line.
And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Middleton looking pretty comfortable right now playing in the pick and roll, whether he's passing the ball or shooting it. Right now making good decisions.
Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 16-point game against Houston. Butler kicks to Winslow. Clock at 6. Pulls up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Outside, Antetokounmpo, and Bledsoe has it in the corner. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. That one goes. Count it. Lopez has got his first points in this one.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
Here's Adebayo. Lopez covering. Adebayo passes to Dragic. Drills the three-pointer.
You just can't leave Goran Dragic open from the three-point line. He loves getting free from beyond the arc and letting it fly.
Dragic against Bledsoe. Pass to Lopez. Second shot opportunity. Can't cash in from close range.
I like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Olynyk finds Butler. No good. Shot missing. The Bucks go the other way with it. In the corner, Middleton with it. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations. And checking out the numbers for Middleton. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's around 18 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
Now here's Winslow. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
And here is Butler, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. A nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Like to see Justice Winslow doing great work on the interior like that.
Here's Bledsoe. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
There's Dragic with the three. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. They lead by 7. Lopez dishes to Antetokounmpo. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Butler. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Olynyk the pass to Butler. Count that one. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
And Butler has really bulked up since coming into the league. You see his strength on tough shots with the contact.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Back to Antetokounmpo. Matthews, no good.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
And here's Olynyk from the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better. No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
And a new group in for the Heat. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Wade, he's checked in for Winslow. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Goran Dragic. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Hill. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Hill. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. A second chance effort. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. First in field goal percentage. third in scoring, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. The Bucks also with the sub. Korver's checked in. And Robin Lopez, one of those dirty work type of big men, rebounding, defending, a lot of grit, setting screens. He does it all.
Yeah, unselfish. He does know his role. It just makes things easier for his teammates. Has his quirks, but has proven to be a great teammate.
And here is Hill after Dwayne Wade hitting the three. Hill against Waiters. Tries it from 19. And it's Connaughton missing.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Wade misses.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
The drive by Hill. The teardrop falls in. Hill's got his first points of the game.
You know, George Hill making me get out a box of tissues. Sweet teardrop there.
Wade feeling it out a bit, and Jones has it in the corner. Back to Wade. Outside Leonard. Over Lopez. Leonard, no luck.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
And there's Ilyasova on the assist by Korver. And the Bucks lead by 7. And here's Wade. His last outing, he had 18 points. Here's Jones, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Man, it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that one falls for Jones. One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most devastating Euro step player we have in the game. There's something about the lefties, isn't there, Kevin? We have a hard time figuring a lefty out.
They throw you off automatically just by the left hand.
Right.
Then they add the little side step.
And James Harden with the shiftiness and the way he moves the ball around and draws contact. I know there are a lot of people that get aggravated by that, but he's nearly impossible to stop, especially when he's got his passport with the Euro step.
He slithers. And so here is Miami following the three by Milwaukee. To the paint. Ilyasova gets the bucket. And now a 9-point Bucks lead.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Wade on the wing. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. Wade's got 5 now.
Are you surprised that Dwayne Wade is going to score that far in the paint? I'm not.
Bucks leading by 7. Pass to Connaughton. It's stolen by Wade. Jones finds Waiters. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. Number 1, the Heat.
You know, they've been so aggressive on the offensive boards, and they're earning every one of those second chance buckets with that relentless effort.
And the first one drops. And Dion Waiters, midway through last season, finally had season-ending surgery on his left ankle. He had been trying to manage that injury since the season prior.
Yeah, and ended up losing out on a bonus of over $1 million, which was contingent on him playing 70 games. His play had fallen off, though, so quite possible he needed that surgery even before he suffered the setback.
Dion Waiters, Brent, with the game that evokes a lot of different opinions.
Well, count the Miami Heat in that group. They've seen the potential. They rewarded him for that potential. Now we just got to see him on the floor on a consistent basis.
And that one's good by Lopez. The Heat trail by 7. Here's Waiters. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Sneaky quickness allowing Waiters to penetrate through the defense to get the strong finish. Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Free throw, no good for Waiters. And memories of the Big Three era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat. The organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough, and trying to figure out a path to get there.
Here's Johnson following the basket by George Hill. Back to Wade. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. And Dwayne Wade had hoped to return to the Miami Heat. Last season at the trade deadline, he got his wish.
And it just seems right when he's in a Miami Heat uniform. It's a second home for him, and he's back where he belongs, baby. Wade County.
That free throw good from Wade. And even though Father Time Brent has taxed Wade on his athleticism quite a bit, you can still see glimpses of it when it matters most.
That seems to be the way of Wade right now, is waiting for the moments, the bigger moments, to step up and hit big shots or make the right play. He won't make plays as often as he once did throughout the course of a regular season game, but instills some confidence in his teammates on the floor come crunch time.
Here's Wade following the basket by George Hill.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Johnson. How last month turned out for him. He's right around 9 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
And he makes the first. The league no longer wants to reward offensive players who throw themselves into defenders. Have you seen a big change in how those players, Brent, are being called?
I think the league's doing a better job of it, trying to examine when it is.
Seems that way, you're right.
Somebody gets up in the air and the offensive player leans in or kicks out and tries to draw some kind of contact. So it's been up to the referees. They've been diligent with it. I think they'll just get better with time.
Bucks leading by 4. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
.136 left in the first. To the middle. 8 feet away, and the nice bucket inside from Lopez. Lopez has got his second bucket of the night. The Heat trail by 6. Wade with it. 8 points for him. Takes a three. Does not find the target. That makes him 3 for 5. And it's Korver in the corner. No good on the three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Down low, here's Leonard. The basket good off the assist from Wade.
And still trying to polish this side of his game up. Leonard looking very comfortable on that move.
Hill passes to Lopez. Ilyasova with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Korver, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the ageless wonder, Kyle Korver, is still such a vital part of the offense. A blur on offense, constantly moving around to try to find an opening at the three-point line, and sometimes that pulls defenders away and opens up some more opportunities.
First free throw is good.
And the veteran Korver, one of the deadliest outside shooters of all time.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Hill. Both free throws good from Korver.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
The Heat trail by 6. 30 seconds left to play here in the first. Jones kicks to Wade. Rebound, Milwaukee. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And last season, they had a really tough go of it with this team.
Wade against Bledsoe. Back to Antetokounmpo. Over Johnson. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 4 assists now tonight. Up in time. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Chris Middleton has been on display for Milwaukee. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well, possesses a unique individuality.
I worked extremely hard to get where I am today, so whenever you walk to my house, you see a really big, some may call it obnoxious, boombox aquarium, but I love music. I don't really watch too much TV. It's always music, so it's just another thing to remind me, continue to be who you are. Just have fish inside of it.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Bledsoe is out there with Matthews, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Winslow drilled from 11 feet out. Winslow's got 6.
Winslow's jumper coming along, a great sign for the organization to see his improvement.
Bledsoe against Dragic. Olynyk with the steal. The pass to Butler. Shoots over Matthews. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Jimmy Butler.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Middleton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Bledsoe outside. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Butler with the ball. Matthews covering. Olynyk dishes to Butler. Shoots the 3. No good from Dragic.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
Butler feeling it out a bit. There's the 3. Here's Adebayo. And he hits it to tie the game up. Adebayo's got his first points of the night.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Amazingly, the Bucks, one of the slower teams in the league last season in terms of their pace. And when you're talking about a team with tremendous length and athleticism, you think that maybe speed would come along with it and that they get out and thrive in transition. Not the case last year.
And the Heat call time here. And the Bucks, still a top 10 offense last season, got to the line in bunches.
They got to the line, got into the interior, got into the paint, but their outside shooting is still a concern, Kevin. When you're down a lot of points and you need to stretch out the defense to come back in games, it's not something that they could do last year. So maybe looking to pick up a few guys on their roster to help expand the three-point shooting game.
Here's Winslow after Eric Bledsoe's score. Here's Adebayo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
And Milwaukee has possession. After the made shot from Goran Dragic, Bledsoe outside. From the line. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist from Eric Bledsoe.
That's fun to see the handles coming out there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, how do you stop a near 7-footer who's got some dribble skills like that?
And Olynyk kicks to Butler. Here's Adebayo. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Adebayo's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Olynyk against Antetokounmpo. Goes up again, and it's Lopez laying it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Dragic against Bledsoe. And it's Dragic off the drive, and he drops it in from the low post. Dragic has got 9.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Olynyk.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with the length of Antetokounmpo. I mean, his name is long enough, and then you look at the body. You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you in transition. He's at the rim in 2 dribbles.
2 shots.
Tough to stop that kid.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Now here's Dragic. 9 points in the game so far. Winslow, the pass to Adebayo. Over Lopez. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Heat.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Bledsoe against Dragic. Now here's Bledsoe. He's covered closely. They double team Bledsoe. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Milwaukee has possession. Antetokounmpo finds Bledsoe. Matthews goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Justice Winslow. The Bucks have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Hill comes in for Chris Middleton. Matthews, no good on that one. And the Heat committing a lot of money for this hard-working bunch. Brent, how do they improve from this point on?
Now it's about player development, Kevin, taking advantage of the off-season, making sure the guys are improving upon their weaknesses and staying sharp with their strengths. They're going to have to find a few more diamonds in the rough out there to add to this roster and maybe set themselves up in free agency to lure somebody down the South Beach. And we'll see if they can do that. The front office tends to get creative in that way.
And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That is his first foul of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. He kicks it to Lopez. Hill against Dragic. Hill dishes to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Ilyasova. And again, the Bucks miss. The Heat trail by 4. Right side, Butler takes the 13-footer. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Butler's got 8.
Very steady in-between game there for Butler. You don't want to let him get too many of those.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Shoots. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Hill passes to Antetokounmpo. Lopez outside. Antetokounmpo against Winslow. Fades back, and the shot is good. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for Milwaukee.
I'd like to see how confident and effective Antetokounmpo could be from there. If he's got some room to shoot it, he really does need to fire away.
Now here's Johnson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Dragic against Hill. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
And he makes the first. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do, rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward, given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
Here's Hill. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Hill finds Ilyasova, and that one is good. Ilyasova's got 9 points.
Easy to forget that Ilyasova can handle his business down there on the block, but he's much more of a spot-up guy.
Wade dishes to Leonard. Got it. Good job in the low post. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And the turnover again by Milwaukee. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Now Wade, 8 points for him. Jones kicks to Wade. Inside, here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one. Bucks trail by 6. Here's Connaughton. No points in the game yet for him. Shoots. Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
And yes, it's good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Milwaukee's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Here's Connaughton, defended by Jones. High post Lopez, outside Korver, out to the right wing, and there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Ilyasova down low. He's guarded by Johnson. Korver kicks to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
And again, the Bucks miss to the inside. Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Well, known for his athleticism, Johnson can sneak up on you, and that time, that dunk looking second nature.
Bucks trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The Bucks have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Well, the Bucks, this is a franchise that for a long time just was treading water and chasing after a 7th or an 8th seed on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not so much anymore. With Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the charge, the opportunity for the Bucks to do some damage in the playoffs is here.
And both free throws good for Ilyasova. And there's always pressure when you have a superstar player, Brent. And the Bucks are trying to capitalize on that window right now.
And I think Giannis, even though he's young, understands that great players are judged on how far they can push their teams. What type of postseason success can the Milwaukee Bucks have around what it is that Giannis can bring to the table? He wants to retire in a Bucks uniform. He said that before, but winning makes that decision a lot easier. And maybe with the coaching change, they'll get there.
Here's Lopez. Count it. Lopez has got 7.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Waiters surveying the D. Inside. Here's Jones. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Bucks trail by 6. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Now here's Wade. 10 points for him. And Waiters has it in the corner. To the inside. Here's Leonard. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. He's got 8.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Jones against Middleton. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Great signs to see Chris Middleton have this kind of offensive output.
Waiters for 3. Wilson grabs the board. Bucks trail by 5. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And the Bucks making a change here. Olynyk with the steal. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
You're trying to extend the possession, so you appreciate the effort. Better just to head down the court sometimes and not give up a team foul in that situation.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Lopez. Well, Heat leading by 3. And here is Waiters. 8 points for him. Wade, right side. Shoots from the baseline. The shot off that time. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Miami Heat. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40s, 30s, 50s, whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We return now to Miami, where you can see all the action happening on Ocean Drive, right on the beachfront. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Chris Middleton has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Jimmy Butler is out there with Dragic, and it's Adebayo in at the 5. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And it's Butler missing. Bucks trail by 3. Matthews left side. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Matthews. Bledsoe's got the first basket of the second half here for the Bucks. Bledsoe's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Dragic against Bledsoe. Now here's Winslow. Defense is right there. Here's Butler. Good D by Matthews.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you. Well, Chris Middleton is such a versatile scorer, and because he has the ability to put the ball down on the floor, sometimes defenders are not as willing to close out to him, but last year was in the 74th percentile in spot-up jump shots. It can be devastating from there.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Here's Middleton. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Middleton's got 16 points. And Middleton can hurt you from anywhere. But his mid-range game, Brent, his mid-range game stands out.
Yeah, people don't really realize how effective Chris has been from the mid-range. He's up there with Kevin Durant statistically in some of the numbers. And the fact that he's got that long frame, any switchable defender that's smaller than him gives him the immediate advantage.
Here's Bledsoe. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Justice Winslow.
Yeah, hard to get upset at the defense there. Antetokounmpo is no easy matchup down low in the paint.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Now for the Bucks in 2017, Brent, disagreement over front office candidates, a divided leadership structure. If you're on that roster, how much of those kinds of things concern you?
I don't think the players are worried about that at all, because what you have now is a new voice in the locker room. You're going to have to learn a lot of new language, new offense, new defense. And that's enough to make you think just about basketball and not the business of basketball, Kevin.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 9. Olynyk can't hit.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Dragic kicks to Butler. In the corner, Winslow with it. He's looking for Olynyk and finds him. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to a point with the bucket from Olynyk.
And they like him to be aggressive. And I think Olynyk has the talent to be a difference maker offensively.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
You see Justice Winslow get into that low defensive stance. Signals kind of like he did at Duke, slap the floor and be ready for a defensive possession.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And checking out Miami, right on their heels as they've got the next best record.
And right now for Miami, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought. they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Bledsoe looking it over. 4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Rebound by Olynyk. And Winslow about 6'7", 225. But Brent, it seems like he plays a lot bigger.
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes. He gets lots of minutes at the power forward position and tries to rebound like a 4. And when he gets it, he can rip it down and run it up the court.
The Bucks have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Lopez with the bucket.
He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
And the Heat call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Hill's checked in. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Dragic against Bledsoe. Dragic with it. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Butler. Plenty of space. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Milwaukee in the lead. Now here's Bledsoe. 6 points for him. The kick out to Hill. Back to Bledsoe. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And let's use this break to check out a group of the NBA's best defenders recently. The shooting guards averaging the most steals per game for the past month. Number 1, Jimmy Butler.
You know, you watch him on a game-in, game-out basis, and he just puts on a clinic defensively, both in terms of effort and technique at that off-guard spot.
He's so proud of holding the number 1 spot because he takes pride in that. Being regarded as one of the NBA's stingiest perimeter defenders means more to him than anything he does on the offensive end.
Johnson kicks to Dragic. Misses the 3. Bucks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Milwaukee with the ball. Bledsoe with it. Butler covering. Bledsoe against Butler. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And you got to hit Eric Bledsoe extra hard to prevent that type of scoring opportunity. Just too physical as a point guard.
Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
The Bucks making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in. Eric Bledsoe, 1 point, Brent, maybe the best defender in the league at the point guard position. Multiple knee surgeries later. Where do you think he stands now?
I think there's been some regression from what he could do athletically, Kevin. So now you have to start to rely on your skill. His offensive game has grown a little bit, and he's around a superstar. That should make it easier to set up some opportunities where he could be more consistent offensively, especially shooting the basketball.
Bucks leading by 4. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Well, this is where Giannis does all of his damage. He gets inside the paint, has the size to work you back, and then stretch out and score.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Hill. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. Dwayne Wade comes in for Winslow. And it's Waiters in for Goran Dragic. Now a timeout called by Miami.
Now you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively. Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
The Heat trail by 9. Wade finds Leonard. Butler on the wing. 16 points for him. Out to Wade. Misses, and the dry spell continues. And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard Greg both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
Here's Butler following the 3 by Milwaukee. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll begin a long road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors.
And the matchup with the Timberwolves, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And it's Wade with the ball for the Miami Heat. A 12-point game. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Nice job getting to the basket. When Johnson has a good look, he doesn't pass it up.
Now here's Bledsoe. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players. Just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is. Who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on. And they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Pat Connaughton. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Wade.
And even though Dwayne Wade is getting hit on that drive to the basket, he's able to slow down, absorb contact, and still make the shot.
Now here's Bledsoe. 11 points in the game. Inside, here's Hill. You can't get that one. Excellent D there from Waiters. And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Eric Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You got to be tough and you got to be willing to work if you're in Miami.
Brent, George Hill is a guard who has been as consistent as it gets from deep the last few seasons in the league.
Well, Hill's always been a good shooter since entering the league. Remember starting his career in San Antonio, so he showed off his wares alongside Tim Duncan in the post where he could spot up and gain his confidence. And the last 3 seasons for him, he's been over 40%.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
And Waiters kicks to Butler. Back to Waiters. Down low. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo, and it's Dion Waiters with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive.
Yeah, some teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys. But
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And here is Hill after Jimmy Butler made that last three-pointer. Hill dishes to Ilyasova. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Heat trail by 11. Leonard, the pass to Butler. Over onto Kumbo. Butler, no good. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 19-7 run. Stolen by Wade. One-on-one here. Here's Waiters. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Waiters got 10 points in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
From the left block, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 14 points for Hill.
Well, he weasels his way to the inside there, and that little breathing room, that helped George Hill to score.
Raiders against Hill. Leonard kicks to Butler. Here's Johnson. 2 points. That one goes. He's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Antetokounmpo against Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And checking out the numbers for Butler. His last 10 games have been exceptional. Putting up about 24 points per, over 3.5 steals and 6 assists. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
That free throw, no good.
And he's letting a lot of points get away at the free throw line tonight. It's got to be frustrating to have all that hard work not pay off.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Miami. Matthews, he's checked in for the Bucks. Korver comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Good on the second free throw.
Well, a little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo's got 20.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Now here's Waiters. 10 points for him. To the middle. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, beyond the physical stuff, what I like about Giannis right now is the feel for the game. That time, great timing defensively.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. The Bucks also with the sub. Lopez, he's checked in for Kyle Korver.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And the basket by Hill.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Adebayo's got 4 this quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Antetokounmpo finds Hill. Lopez outside. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Outside Butler. Passes it to Wade. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And that's exactly what they need to do right now. I mean, just attack the basket. And, hey, if you get fouled, maybe you get some free throws out of it.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 16. Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And so it's Wade. He'll bring it up for the Heat. They trail by 14. The pass to Adebayo. Olynyk has the open look. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Antetokounmpo. No good that time. The Heat go the other way with it. Wade passes to Olynyk. They get it back. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Robinson comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Waiters. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Middleton's checked in. Milwaukee leading by 9. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. It's stolen by Dragic. Here's Robinson. Back to Dragic. Over onto Antetokounmpo. And again, it's the Heat missing. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Bucks lead by 9. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Bucks leading by 9 on the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Hill is out there with Matthews, and it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Dragic, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Hill.
Well, the defense clearly respecting Dragic's ability to shoot the ball, but they have to be aware of how good he is at drawing fouls on those attempts too.
And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season though, and now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Butler, he's checked in for Cook. That one is no good.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Dragic against Hill. Six to shoot. Shoots it up. Off the left rim and up.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Butler. Good D by Matthews. Milwaukee leading by 10. Hill dishes to Lopez. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
There's Dragic with the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And as Dragic went up on the jumper, he knew the defense was there still. Finds a way to knock that one in.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for George Hill. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He told them the lead we've got is good, but we can be better. Take it to them. Stay on the accelerator. Looks like he wants them to keep pushing it, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. The Heat trail by 7. Butler passes to Adebayo. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper. Bledsoe's got 10 points here in the second half.
Shooting off the pass, that means Bledsoe set himself early and was ready to let it fly.
Butler kicks to Winslow. Back to Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
And that pump fake of Butler has become deadly. You wonder if D. Wade has been giving him some pointers. You got to stay down if you're on defense.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
And so Butler nails both of them. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special. Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
One shot.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
At the elbow, it's Winslow. Back to Butler. Pass to Olynyk. Tries again. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his third assist on the night.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
Finally got themselves in the trenches. Momentum completely shifted now. We've got a tight one here in the final period.
And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
It's thrown by to Tacumbo. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Heat with the ball. The Heat trail by 5. Winslow kicks to Olynyk. Adebayo passes to Olynyk. Here's Dragic. Releases from the wing and drills it.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
I just think it was a matter of getting recomposed, altering their game plan just a little bit. They look completely in sync now.
Chalk up 2 there.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Middleton did just that and sunk the shot despite getting roughed up a bit.
Dragic with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Butler finds Dragic. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 17 points for Goran Dragic.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Well, beating one guy is one thing, but beating 5, heck of a job there. He's got the talent to finish, too.
That one a little long. Miami trailing. To tie it up. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 11 rebounds in the game. No good from Bledsoe. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Butler on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
Here's Butler over Matthews. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Jimmy Butler.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. Utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunities.
Now Dragic. Got a piece of it, and so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Olynyk dishes to Winslow. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
There's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Bucks leading by 3. To the paint. Here's Matthews. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Wesley Matthews.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now here's Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
And there it is for him.
Eric Bledsoe concentrating right now on dishing it out, trying to find some of his open teammates.
Now here's Butler. Pass to Adebayo. The dish to Olynyk. Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
See how skilled Middleton is, ready to pull the trigger, and the defense is going to have to do better.
Butler against Matthews. The turnaround jumper. That's short off the rim.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And he has been running circles around the defense, and it's a different playing field now with Butler being on.
Now here's Ilyasova. And Matthews kicks to Middleton. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Middleton's got 23.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
Dragic the pass to Winslow. Passes it to Olynyk. Lets it go with a 3. Winslow's shot is off. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Bucks. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Wayne Wade's checked in for Butler. The Bucks also with the sub. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. And Matthews kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Middleton through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
And it's Wade penetrating. It's good.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? Feels like an all-star game has broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Here's Middleton. Oh!
Yeah. No mistake about it. Middleton rising up that time for a vicious dunk.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay, presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Dragic finds Winslow. Down low, it's tipped. And it's the Bucks on the break. Matthews, no one around him, and it's Wade with the rebound.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Milwaukee.
It's a nice job by Winslow to force some of the issue with his size and draw contact on that shot.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Antetokounmpo. Middleton trying to break free.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
The Heat trail by 12. Dragic taking his time here. He kicks to Winslow. Here's Adebayo. Lopez covering. Adebayo passes to Dragic. Takes the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year. 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done. And they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
Now, here's Wade following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Dragic gets the bucket.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch-and-shoot J is simply deadly.
Bucks leading by 11. Antetokounmpo kicks to Matthews. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. He gets that one. And 12 points for Brook Lopez.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That will be foul number 5 on him. .103 left in the 4th quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Bucks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. "15 seconds left in the game. Korver against Waiters. Here's Olynyk. Off with the layup. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out of transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.